Now let's go back to Nick Harper, who is in Wilmington, Delaware, where the Biden camp is. Nick, could you perhaps give us some indication of what has the response been so far?
Well, we've heard from the Biden camp themselves. They've put out a statement just in the last few minutes saying that Joe Biden, saying that he's honored that you have chosen me to lead our country. The work ahead will be hard, but I promise you this: I will be a president for all Americans, whether you voted for me or not. I will keep the faith that you have placed in me. Here in Wilmington, Delaware, the place that he's made his home for almost 70 years, we've had a large number of cars in the last few minutes driving up and down this road, honking their horns in celebration of that win. They voted Democrat here in this state. We had one person in a car shouting Trump 2020, but apart from that, there has been a lot of honking on the streets. There was one woman who came up to us just a few moments ago. She didn't know the news. When we told her the news, she raised her arms above her head and said, "Thank God." There seems to be an air of celebration because, remember, there has been an air of anticipation in this town for the last 5 days since Election Day, waiting for this moment when Joe Biden would be announced as the winner and therefore the next president of the United States.
Now, of course, the Trump campaign has been going very strongly on the messaging that they will take this battle to court. In fact, also saying that the election is far from over, a statement that came out earlier today. Is that expected to happen?
It seems as if it will. They have not just been doubling down this week, they've been tripling down on that message. That statement coming out within moments of us finding out that Joe Biden is the winner. Donald Trump's campaign saying the fight is not over. We know that they have activated lawyers in all of those states where there has been some very close voting, where states counting is still going on in Nevada, in Georgia, in Arizona. They've also had lawyers in Pennsylvania, even Michigan, in Wisconsin. The Biden campaign throughout has called all of those lawsuits, all of those attempts to, they say, disrupt the vote, they've called them meritless. And they've said that they're going to fight. They had set aside $10 million to fight. And on top of that, they've been asking supporters over the last 4 days to chip in money for that financial fund in order to fight the Trump lawsuits. They say that all of them are baseless, that they've been presented without evidence. They're presenting very much an air of confidence. Joe Biden hasn't even honoured them with a response. He's left it up to his campaign manager to talk about them, but she has talked about them in terms which clearly show that they are dismissing them and feel that they have no merit. Also feeling that even if there are recounts to come, despite on top of those legal actions, they do not feel that it will change the outcome of this election and what the American electorate has decided.
Right, so to be clear, this victory is a projection by television networks, and of course we're following the one from Associated Press. It has not been formally announced by anyone or any organization in that regard.
No, that's right. But bear in mind that there isn't an independent vote commission here in the United States. So each year when there is a presidential election or when there are midterm elections, it is up to the US networks to give those projections. And they base that on a lot of statistical analysis. They work out how many votes have come in, who they've been going to, and they look at what other votes are still to be counted and from what areas of each state they are coming from. What we've seen this year, though, is a tremendous amount of caution. In years gone by, we've had projected winners by about 11 o'clock on election night. That would be normal. This year, that has not happened. One network here in the US, ABC, said that they wanted a 99.5% certainty before they projected a winner. So yes, it is a projection, and yes, there are votes still to be counted, but the US networks, all of them, looking at this, have now decided that even with votes still to be counted, all of them would allow to be able to announce this winner, that he will win Pennsylvania, and therefore that gives him more than 270 electoral college votes. The Biden campaign, of course, they feel that it would be nice to win the other states where Joe Biden is ahead, but these projections suggest that it is not essential, that having won Pennsylvania with those 20 electoral college votes, it gives him the 270 that he needed, therefore taking him over the top and claiming the presidency.